Nice.
That one's
28.
Riot.
And it's the same thing as you guys are turning over this room. Just a lot of debris from the ship, but nothing useful. But you find burn marks in the floor, and at first they look random. At first they look just kind of random. But as you clear more of the floor away and move the debris to the side, you realize they're making a very kind of haphazard shape in the floor that eventually loops back around to itself. You might call it a circle, but it's got a lot of weird spikes and dips in it.
Is there a lot of like dirt or anything along the floor, or is it pretty much just the burn marks are exposed?
There's a lot of like mud and silt that's been swept in from the seafloor.
I'm gonna go ahead and use prestidigitation to just clean off the entire floor.
Okay. And after a
Clear
few
it.
moments,
Riot's going to call up Mahogany and motion and say, "Hey, over here. You got a big bulky guy, and maybe he can help us push the ship back together."
That's exactly what I wanted to do. I'm so happy. That was gonna be my next thing. I was gonna ask Brick if it looked like the ship actually would fit chunk back together.
Probably not without some carpentry, because I mean there's a lot of debris in the debris field.
If only there was a carpenter here.
Or somebody with mending, or a couple people with mending.
Shut up! I have a noble profession.
The bigger challenge is going to be moving this boat. I'm going to call it a DC 30 strength check that you're going to have to roll at disadvantage.
I'm gonna put guidance on the whale.
Okay.
You're gonna have to give me some inspiration.
Because I mean, you're not just moving the weight of the ship. That would be enough. I mean, it's partially buried in mud and silt. And if you've ever tried to steer a big weight from behind, like you're aiming to do,
Yeah.
So I'll let you make the attempt, but it's going to be extraordinarily.
Somebody give me
difficult.
some assholes.
Is Reese still meditating?
Yeah, it's been. You guys have spent about 6 or 7 minutes, and yeah, she's lost.
Riot's going to give you bardic inspiration to do this, so that's a D10.
Alright. And, if Serenity was here, I would have her do it because she's literally stronger than me.
But remember, you're rolling at disadvantage.
I wouldn't let Serenity make the attempt because she's too small. She was medium size. You're large size.
I'm
Disadvantage
huge.
can be good if you belief point it. Then that's
Yeah,
3
that's
dice
true.
instead of 2.
You got your D4 for guidance?
I'll add it at the end.
Okay.
What is your strength bonus as an orca?
Not very strong. Oh, that's a 19 though.
That's not one.
I don't care. Oh, right, I was at disadvantage. But it doesn't matter because I can belief point it.
So you're going to belief point it, take the 19?
Well, I don't think I can actually even make it, even without that, because like I literally can't make it.
But what's your
D4 and a
strength bonus?
D10.
It's a plus
Yeah.
4, so that would be a 23.
So you got a D4 and a D10.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you have both guys.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's belief point it.
Okay.
Fuck it. Who cares? This is the dumbest thing I've ever done.
I don't know about that.
Who cares? Roll.
Okay, we're at 25.
That's alright.
So we're looking for a 6 or better, or 5 or better here.
Yeah.
Or better on
We're
the
looking for an
D10.
average roll.
Here comes a 4.
On the table.
I die.
Building up suspense.
Oh!
You managed to push the ship a considerable distance, by which I mean like 5 or 6 feet, before you just absolutely don't have any more in you. I mean,
I spend the rest of my belief points to give it an automatic success.
all right, so you feel go ahead and take 2 levels of exhaustion.
Yeah, you got it.
And you reach to the point where you're like, "There's no way I can like your muscles are burning all through your fish-like body," and you keep thinking, if Serenity were here, she'd have this done. Like it would not be anything. But then you reach inside yourself, and you that wellspring of strength in your.
I reach into my
adorable
beliefs
orca
that the
heart.
perfect shape of this ship is together.
And it takes about 15-20 minutes of hard pushing. And I mean, the rest of you guys are in front of the ship, clearing away mud and debris, and he does manage to push the ship forward to a position where it might be mendable, and then just collapses in exhaustion.
I start
in the
floating
dirt.
face down in
So-
the water.
Now what you have to do is draw that out. Draw the fixed ship. Because I don't have a battle map with a fixed ship. So
Okay, one second.
we're off the rails here.
Yeah. Riot is going to go down to those decks.
Mhm.
I guess now through the staircase,
Sure.
and try and clear away enough to like mend the floor where the markings were.
Okay.
I don't want to mend the whole ship, just this floor.
Well, the markings weren't broken. They just weren't entirely circular. Like, it doesn't look like it's
Oh.
going to match up with the floor on the other side. They were all...
Okay.
All the markings were in that side of the boat.
Okay.
Liberation
That was all-
swims down.
That was all pointless, but cool.
Liberation, while all that dumbness is going on, is taking a look at the circle, and he starts running his hand along the symbols and stuff.
And you can see that the circle is magical. Liberation, make me an intelligence arcana check. You can make this at advantage.
I need it. That's 13.
13.
Yeah.
When all this is cleared away, you're pretty sure this will function similarly to the circles at the Thunderdome. If somebody is inside of this circle channeling the magic energy, you'll be able to sever that thread.
Where's our wizard? Where's Nath?
Yeah, can I cast? I think I'm going to cast guidance on myself.
I mean, I was helping push
Give that another try.
by casting guidance every minute, so
Yeah, I'm going to cast guidance on myself and give it another go.
So, Nodal, how do you say totally worth it in Orca? What does that sound like? Excellent, excellent.
I did even worse on that Arcana check. I'm not
yeah,
to
Nath will-
I'll call out to Nav and say, "Hey, are you guys having fun out there? I need someone who knows magic better than I do in here."
and I'll study the circle. I mean, does it look like the previous one? There would be multiple circles, or do I think from the design it would just be one?
No, I mean, Liberation... What did you get on your first Arcana check, Liberation?
I got a 13.
13.
13, okay. So yeah, Nath, go ahead and make me Intelligence Arcana.
Sure, I'll cast guidance on myself first.
You can make this at advantage because you've identified one of these circles before.
Yeah, that works.
23.
Okay. Studying it for a bit, the way it's going to function is there's only the one circle, but it's going to take a considerably longer period of time. Instead of 3 people basically instantaneously making a check, you're going to have to make the same check and succeed over the course of 6 rounds. Which we won't actually sit here and roll it. It's more for if you guys were doing this while a dragon turtle was
Oh, yeah.
swimming around.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is something that Nath could stand here for a minute or two and devote his energy to and get it done.
All right, I'll start doing that.
Okay.
Cast guidance on myself first. Should I make the Arcana roll?
No, we'll waive the Arcana roll because
Okay.
that's fine. I'm assuming you can make a DC 15 Arcana check in your sleep.
I'd have to roll a 3 to fail. So if I get I have to roll a 2 to fail if I get a Bardic Inspiration, but I'm pretty sure we can just try it again. So.
Or
So-
guidance is easier for you to cast than it is. For you
Oh
to
yeah,
cast.
yeah.
And while he's doing this, Reese is roused from her meditation and comes over to join the group.
She was over here. Did she sleep through the entire half
Yeah.
of the boat she was on being moved?
She sat there the whole time.
She woke up and she's like, "Man, this boat's a lot nicer than when I left it."
But she doesn't comment on the state of the boat or what Nath is doing or what happened
course she
during the
doesn't.
fight.
That's the Boy Scout way. Orca Scout.
Once Nath completes the stuff, what happens?
After a minute or two, Nath finishes the channel. In Liberation, you can see the thread above fade away as though it was severed. And then far off in the distance, you see the Black Island reappear. Here's the difficulty. At this point, you have probably about 30 or 40 feet of space between the top of the water and where you're going to be able to fall again. So you're going to have to try to clear that space from the top of the water somehow, because at the moment, gravity is pulling towards the center of this orb.
I think maybe we could
I've
purge the water out of here and maybe make it float somehow.
I think what we should do is we should have the killer whale launch us into the sky.
One by one?
No, at once, and
No,
then that'll
no,
launch us.
wait, no, I've got an idea.
Uh-oh.
I go over to Liberation, and I say, give Reese a rope.
How are we doing on
Yeah,
resources? Because I just burnt my strongest valency on that dragon turtle. Also,
Reese
that
is
was
still
our
here,
mansion.
so we're doing pretty
Reese-
good on resources.
Reese has the rope, right?
Yeah, Reese has the rope.
Yeah.
So then I lift Reese up to the surface, launch her into the air, and then she can let the rope down. Oh, I could just tell Reese she's a monk.
Yeah. While they're doing this, the rest of you, I'll actually let Nath go ahead and make a Wiz 10 real quick.
My wisdom is very good. I failed.
Failed. Anybody else down there want to attempt that?
Yeah, I'll try it. Yeah, sure.
Nath is starting to complain about being low on resources and things. This area seems pretty safe to take a rest in. The same probably could not be said of the Black Island if you were to return there.
We could probably take a break here.
The difficulty
honestly.
is if you take a rest here, by the time the long rest is over, the water will be completely drained.
I could.
Isn't
Once
that-
we've rested, I could just.
Isn't
I
that
can
like
fly
good for
around
us?
now.
We can just fall, right?
No,
No, we'll
we're
fly
in
to
a
the
sphere
surface.
with gravity.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I could fly us out. Also,
Reese
my
is also
only
able to
concern
fly.
my only concern is resting. Ultimately, at this point, I don't think I can. If the third one is as bad as this one, I can't do anything about it without a rest. But I'm a little bit concerned about either time being faster here or magic not being able to return. Not much we can do about either. Just letting you know.
Well, we can do one thing. If we're about to rest, I can try sending to what's his face.
That's true.
Ask how much
That's a
time
good idea.
has passed.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Here's my addition. I'm
Crappy.
fucking tired.
He's pretty exhausted.
Let's take a
Liberation
nap.
struggles.
Yeah. So if we're resting, I'm gonna need to spend a fourth level spell slot on this because I've used
I've still got a
auras.
third, and I've got a sending prepped. I think. Let me double check. I've still got 1/3, and I do have sending prepped. I can do it.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
All right.
Okay, so you're casting Ascending to...
Accomplished 2 goals of 3 in the ordinal plane. Many reports about the nature of magic to return. How much time has passed on... What's the plane we're from?
You came from Elysium.
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 Okay, make a Wisdom saving throw.
Sure.
That's probably not a good thing.
D4 wasn't getting rolled. It just got picked up. Oh, nice. 19.
19. Take 4 points of psychic damage as you reach out and cast
Resist
Ascending.
psychic damage.
No, you can take 2 points then. And usually when you cast this spell, you're used to sending it out and then waiting some period of time and then getting a psychic response. So you cast the spell, and then a few minutes pass, and you get a response, but it's not what you're used to. Instead, you suddenly feel... the first thing you feel is the absence of cold and wet and pressure around you as the water all seems to vanish, and you realize you have a splitting, terrible headache, and your eyes are bolt open, and in that split second you realize you're looking around and you're bolted down in the chair, in the machine with the big sphere, and there's a vicious whirring sound, like a violent spinning sound, and the whole scene only lasts for maybe 1 or 2 seconds, but at the door to the room, you see standing what you recognize as one of the Hierarch Modrons, one of the one of like the more intelligent ones, the rank and file, the ones who are in charge of shit in Mechanus. But there's something wrong about it. It looks like it's been rebuilt, and one of the things that's been rebuilt is on one of its arms has an enormous spinning saw blade instead of a hand. Trying to just get your bearings and make your vision not blurry, you see in the center of the room with the big sphere that was filled up with liquid, where you saw your clouds of all of your blood be injected into, you see a big splash of blood on the outside glass of it.
Yo.
And then before you know it, you're back in the water, in the orgeal, and your head is just pounding.
Nath will just sort of shake his head a little bit as he does. A bit of blood just sort of drifts out of one of his nostrils, clouding the area around him. He just kind of waves his hand to clear the air. It wasn't the way the spell normally worked. I saw my own body, maybe, from my own perspective, maybe. There was a motor on. The machine was covered in blood. I didn't see anything other than that.
Wait, a Modron?
A Modron?
Modron?
With a saw blade for an arm.
Was Karath there?
I could barely focus my eyes. I can't tell you.
Should we
that's
be
everything
taking
I was
this
able
rest?
That might be
I
a
mean,
thing.
if we're going to die because our bodies are killed, we're going to die because our bodies are killed. I don't know how to end the spell that's keeping us here.
Meanwhile,
Well, it's good.
up at
We
the
do
surface
know-
of the water, your plan works perfectly. Now you have this rope just suspended out into the outside of the gravity well.
I hold up my flippers into the air, and then I realize there's literally no way I can climb this rope.
Kelian, what were you saying?
72 hours, theoretically. We should be fine anyway.
Not if we're all dead.
Yeah.
Prime.
Well, I can't do
mean-
anything about that right now. I mean,
Yeah.
my opinion is we should take the rest because we could be killed. Our minds, or however we are here, could be killed if we try and take another fight like that one without one.
Okay.
I think
Unless
we
someone else
just-
has a better idea, or someone was given the idea of how we break this this planar transition, because I sure as hell don't know.
No, yeah, okay.
I
Rest?
think we just have to continue doing what we're doing. That
But
means
this
rest.
has got to be the last rest.
Yeah.
All right,
Sure.
Well, this is the first time you've taken a long rest since you've gotten here.
No, I know, but it's also
guys, we're
right,
we're
you
at
know.
about 2 + 2 hours. My notes, maybe 3, depending on how long some of these falls have taken.
Okay, everybody go ahead and take the benefits of the long rest. Whatever you
Okay.
need to do, and at the end of the long rest, roll a d6.
Yeah, on a 6, you're dead.
4. It's gonna be
2.
wisdom, isn't it?
Oh, everyone roll?
Everybody, yeah, even Reese rolled.
Oh, a d6. Okay, I rolled a d6.
I rolled a 2.
6.
5.
Okay. So what I need next is a DC 12 saving throw. If you rolled a 1, make it against strength. If you rolled a 2, make it against dexterity. If you roll a 3, make it against constitution.
Pass.
4, make it against intelligence. 5, make it against wisdom. 6, make it against charisma. If you fail this check, reduce that ability score by 1.
3.
Okay.
No, I just missed.
7 hit dice, full hit points.
Whoops. That's not a.
And you said it was a DC 12.
DC 12, yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I passed.
I failed.
I'm gonna go ahead and cast Alarm before the short rest just to get the ward prepped.
Okay.
Saving throw against my 4 was Wiz. I made it. Or 4 is in, right?
4 is intelligence, yes.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay. And over the course of the 8-hour rest, I mean, it's actually quite beautiful looking above you. You watching this water line recede all the way, the shimmering water that looks out over to the sky, which gets bluer and clearer the longer you sit here. And eventually the water does retract. You all are just sitting in the mud amongst the debris of the broken ship.
So fixed ship, thank you.
Yeah, well, it's put back together. You can use, during the rest, you can go ahead and finish mending it if you want.
This is a beautiful piece of art.
So you gotta clear about 100 feet, maybe a little more than that, from where you are to get back to the plane of gravity up there.
We can just climb up the rope, right?
I mean, the gravity didn't recede.
Yeah,
Rope's
there's
still there.
There's 100 feet of rope dangling there. If you want to just climb up the rope.
Yeah.
We would need someone who's very fast at climbing, like a monk.
Most likely, though, when you put any sort of weight on the rope, you risk tugging it out of the gravity
No,
plane.
yeah,
So
that's
you might
fair.
want somebody to go up there and hold it from the other end.
Reese should be able to fly up. It doesn't take her any resources, right?
Now, Reese has a cloak of the bat. She can fly straight up there.
Yeah, there you go.
Can you do that for us, Reese?
She nods.
She's already done it.
Grabs her cloak, flies up. She gets to the top. She wraps the rope around one of her arms, grabs it with both hands, gives you guys the nod at the bottom. Mahogany,
Right,
how are you
I'm up.
clearing this distance?
Oh, I'm still extremely an elephant, and
I think that's why he asked.
yeah. And I look at everyone around, and I just, like kind of shrug.
Nath, can you take care of our problem?
Yeah, sure. I'll give him a fly.
All he needs is a magic feather and big ears.
I have a magic feather.
Nice job! You do.
But he doesn't have the big ears, unfortunately.
Oh, I have not seen that movie in many years. So, Nath, you're going
It's
to
a
cast
typical elephant.
Fly on...
Yeah.
Okay.
And nobody has ever seen this before.
So,
Shut up.
even though you don't have... You've got the fly spell. You just have an innate fly speed. I'm assuming, because it's Nodal, that he's still flapping his ears as he's flying upward.
I mean, I don't want to disappoint you.
We just know you too well. And the rest of you have no difficulty just clambering up this rope, getting back to
Yeah.
the plane of gravity, and then falling back towards the Black Island.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
following the thread again. Well,
Okay.
no, the thread's
Well,
gone.
the thread is gone.
The thread's gone,
Oh,
but the
I have
island
the monkey
disappeared in
tail on
distance.
I have the monkey tail on my belt.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
so-
it's still pointing.
Well,
the
we can
direction
also
of
see
that.
it. Like, we can see the fucking island. It's right there. I see it.
It's not
So
right
fall back-
there. It's a few miles away, but yeah, you can get there.
So fall back toward the island,
Okay.
and then I'll reactivate detect magic and determine the next direction for us to head. For
What's-
the I
what's
believe it
changed
was the
here?
green thread.
That
What's
was
changed in the sphere?
How long does fly
What
last?
changes the sphere is by the
10
time
minutes.
you get back to the island, what looked like just like the obsidian disc, and then the black tree, and then the black leaves coming off of it. A considerable amount of color has come back into it. Instead of just this stark obsidian disc, it has browns and earthy greens. The trunk of the tree is still very dark, but it looks much healthier. It looks, you can actually make out the bark and see like little pocks of sap in various places. And then the leaves, instead of being stark black like they were, again, still very dark, but you can see now that there's green having returned to them, and you can see the veins in the leaves. And on top of that, it's as though a very slight breeze has encompassed the center island. The leaves are actually swaying back and forth. As for the figure at the base of the tree, there's been no change.
Okay, still shivering.
Yes.
Okay.
So yeah,
see it
it
close
was
to
the
that.
orange. It was the orange thread, right?
That's correct.
Yeah,
last
the
one.
orange thread. And we surmised last week that it was the heat that was being drained out of the room. Out of that.
That was our guess.
So it's probably going to be very hot where we're going.
Oh, yeah, probably.
Who's investigating the actual island, if anybody? Is anybody going down this time?
I suppose I could go back down in there.
I don't know if it would do us any good. I mean,
Yeah, at this point, I think we should sever the third thread.
yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
Let's be on our way, because it seems like we're maybe on a clock.
All right. Now, if I knew what I was doing in life, I would already have had Immiger open and ready to go for this last battle map. I think it's
But-
very abundantly clear that I have no idea what I'm doing in life.
Wait, battle
Right.
map? We're not fighting, are we?
No, there's no fighting in this adventure.
Yeah. This is all
Role-playing adventure.
introspective and philosophy discussion.
Oh, there's just
Also
too
don't
much
know.
crap on this table. My goodness, what have you all
It
done?
really is.
What have you all done? Let's go.
Every D6 is on the table.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead actually and
We've used all of them.
Yeah, I mean,
Once.
I need 20 d6 every time I cast Aura of Vitality when we're not in combat.
You've used the d6s once, so Ha! Look at that.
Is this lava?
Fire. Is the floor lava?
That
swim in it.
is very much lava.
Ugh.
Can we get debigulated?
Yeah, everybody group up over here, and I will debigulate you guys. And then I will describe what's happening. Oh, you know what?
Perhaps
We
you
get
should-
spell slots.
And
back.
don't forget to drop recent.
And we should
Ah,
probably,
you dropped me in the lava.
debigulate us.
So let's
on
be
the
very
grid
clear
so-
about something. Don't go in the lava.
Right.
It's
Oh,
very.
using that supplement I showed
Very
you.
No,
bad.
no,
Yeah,
it's
you get
okay.
that
I used that supplement, and if I'm immune to fire, I don't die.
All right, so I'll just delete ferocity. We don't need her.
That's not true. In these trying times,
We can land wherever we want, or
I'll get to that. It's a little more complicated than that.
Please wait warmly until we are done.
Would anything be easy in life?
please look forward to it.
Please
So-
understand.
thank you, Destil, for linking that.
Yep.
As you're moving in the direction of the orange thread, the first thing you notice is the sky changes from blue to yellow to a deep orange, and then eventually to a very, very ominous red, which is very similar to the sky that you saw when you were on the City of Brass. As for what you're falling towards, it looks like a functionally infinite plane of lava, magma stretching out in every direction. And for a minute you think, well, we're just going to fall into that lava and that's the end of us. But as it happens, as you get much closer, you see a small cluster of just rocky islands that are moving and shifting in the lava. So on the plus side, you have somewhere solid question mark to put your feet. On the con side, it doesn't look all that solid. It actually looks very, very treacherous. So here are the rules. I'm just gonna lay all the rules out, so when somebody dies on this battle map, nobody complains about it. You don't know how much space you're gonna have between the plane and the field of gravity above it. I based these rules kind of on NetHack. I once died on the plane of fire after a 40-hour something NetHack run, and was really salty about it. And I'm gonna share that salt with you guys today. If you fall in the lava and you're not immune or resistant to fire, it's instantly fatal. We're not rolling damage.
Yeah.
Or if you're within 5 feet of a ledge and you have resistance to fire, you can make a strength 15 saving throw in order to scramble up onto the ledge. If you're submerged elsewhere, it's fatal even if you're resistant. You can't swim in lava, essentially. You can move slowly through the lava if you're resistant or immune, but you need an athletics check every round, and that'll move you 10 feet. Hopefully we don't need these rules. Hopefully you guys will just not fall in the lava. How about that?
Don't fall in the lava.
As for where you're falling right now, you can choose to land wherever you want in this area, but you have no idea how much distance you're going to have to fall from the gravity plane to the ground, except for just basing it on past experiences with the other two islands. So I will leave you guys with that, and let me know.
How many of us can you feather fall?
All of us, 6 people.
Let's
Who
do
has-
We should
that.
probably all land in the same area.
If someone's flying, what we should do is we should tie the rope, maybe 10 feet each. Have someone who can fly, have it like the center spoke of a wheel. That way they can guide us as we're falling.
Who has the 6th ring?
Ring?
You guys didn't
I
bring
thought
any of
we
those
used for
rings.
I didn't bring it up.
We don't have any of
They're not.
them.
They didn't go in the boxes.
That's right.
Yeah, and that only works with 8 people. And
Who is the
wasn't it
most likely to fall in this lava?
Liberation, probably.
I can make.
Well, see,
I can make one of us resistant to fire.
I would rule that Liberation and Reese are able to run along the surface of the lava, but you would sustain a large amount of damage doing so. Unless you made yourself immune to fire somehow.
Yeah. I think the real problem is going to be when Brickroot spawns in our enemies, the pusher robots.
Yep.
Yeah, are we just gonna have Battle of the Bullies from Super Mario 64 up in here?
I mean, you know I love me some Mario 64, right?
They're gonna protect us from the terrible secret of the Order Plane.
Is energy immunity even a spell anymore?
No,
Didn't think so. Couldn't find it.
just resist, and you can only do it to one person.
Yep. I did prep it because, given the theme of the last few adventures, I was
Oh,
really
I also prepped
prepped
it. Do not worry.
So go ahead. And,
That's Nath's idea: is to everybody get 10 feet of rope. We tie them all together and put probably Reese, and she can fly without using anything she needs. Oh, is it more than 10 minutes? Probably, right?
is what, more than 10 minutes?
Since we've left the ship.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And then I would just say I'll cast Featherfall, and then they can just guide us as we fall.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where are we aiming?
I think a good place to aim is around like here. I don't want to go directly onto
No.
the thing.
There's been fairly dangerous guardians around all the previous ones.
Yeah,
Probably best to
so
save some
I think
space.
around here is good.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Yeah.
You guys
Sounds
go ahead
good.
and place yourself how you want to be situated, with Reese in the center of you.
I'm gonna mark off the Featherfall now.
Yeah.
And I will post your new speech in the Twitch chat as soon as you guys touch down. And as soon as your feet touch the shifting stone, you realize that's exactly what it is. It's a giant piece of stone that's just floating on top of this lava lake. It seems solid enough for purposes of moving around. It's not going to count as difficult terrain. It's not going to slip out from under you or capsize or anything like that. But it's very disorienting and kind of disconcerting how you're putting your feet down and having it move out from under you. What you hear in your mind as soon as you put your feet down, a wanderer traced the roots of her infernal blood, but cruelty was not enlightening. I'm going to paste that in the Twitch chat there.
And Brick, as we're falling on the way down, I'm just gonna go ahead and pop off a first level false life. Let's just get that out of the way.
Yeah, I'm gonna right ahead, real quick, Brick Road.
Yeah.
I have a held action at the moment. I look like I'm gonna fall into that lava. I'm gonna shapeshift into a fire elemental.
Well, you can't hold an action. You're already in action outside of combat, so I don't know what your problem is.
That doesn't make any sense. Of course you
No,
can.
you can't. What's the point of that?
What?
To not die?
To not die?
Well, you can shapeshift. You just don't need to ready an action to do it. You're not on initiative order. Just say you do
Okay.
it. It happens.
Yeah.
Nerd.
Yeah, I might just wild shape into the fire elemental anyway.
No, by all means, you need to wild shape into a fire elemental. That's the smartest thing. I mean, what you could do, because this is Planescape and there are animentals, you could wild shape into a fire elephant.
Just like the elephant
Here's
that
the
you
thing.
cut
But you
around.
already
made-
didn't do that.
I made Destil spend a fly spell because I knew what was coming, and I was not burning up a wild shape to get up that rope.
Okay. So, who's coming out to play? This guy is. Don't worry, he's immune to fire.
He's
I
friendly.
I'm kind of.
I only needed 6 of these guys. I just like spawning in a bunch of them to freak you out.
We know.
Okay.
We know you love it. We will not deny you your joy.
As I actually need to get my Volo's guide to describe this big creature because it's one of the craziest creatures in the book. I've been looking forward to using this guy for a minute. So what this large creature looks like, and you guys are pretty familiar with various type of fiends by now, and this creature looks like the literal definition of the word fiendish. It's a huge monstrosity. Literally, that's what it says in the book. Huge monstrosity. It looks like a gigantic coiled snake just breaking up out of this magma ocean, except it has these enormous, wicked-looking claws coming out of either side, like a giant's arm out of either side that ends in these terrifying claws. The thing has 7 heads. Snake heads, all bunched around each other, kind of clustered up out of its neck. All of them acting and moving independently. So you see 7 pairs of beady eyes darting everywhere. The creature is just engulfed in flame. You think just standing next to this creature would be very painful indeed. These smaller creatures that come up out of the magma are kind of baby versions of the big guy. So they're maybe 5 or 6 feet long, but again, they have 7 snake heads coming off the edge, and again, they're also engulfed in fire. So several of these come onto the platform where you guys landed. You see 2 more pull up out of the magma near the circle, and let's roll some initiative.
By the way, don't worry, I came up with a beautiful plan.
This is the lowest.
Now I'm really worried.
Reese has no business rolling initiative this low.
What, right?
Right.
Well, I rolled a 1.
Hey, that was my. Oh, man.
It was a 14. Sorry,
It was a 19. It was a 19, and now no one will believe me.
Yeah, alright.
So Mega Fire Snake?
Sure.
Alright, awesome.
Riot, what'd you get?
23.
23.
But we don't believe her.
Well,
Yeah,
nobody
no,
believes
no.
you. Kelian.
17.
Probably never lies.
No, that's true. Riot already told me that.
No, I believed her.
Liberation.
5.
5.
5 time!
What's with the monks today?
We're having an off day.
Nath.
7. Nath at 7.
Everyone has an off day. Come
And
on
the
now.
other guy.
6.
So the monks sucked it up right now. The ciphers both sucked it up right now.
No, we're just mustering our forces to all act at once.
Now, at the moment, you are all still bound by this rope.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's
Like the
true.
spokes of a wheel.
And we're just holding it.
So, Riot, you're up first.
Let me
I mean, I'm not
Sort of
holding mine.
an experiment.
My strength.
I'm going to cast Dissonant Whispers on the Ragnaros thing.
Is that a Monster Hunter thing?
No, I'm
that's
looking
a
at
WoW
That's
thing.
a WoW thing.
I don't know who named it that.
That
I
is a wisdom saving throw.
Yes.
I got a 7. How's that do?
It doesn't. Can it be charmed?
Can it be charmed? It can.
Okay, yeah. Then I get to do my damage, and it has to move its full speed as a reaction away from me.
Away from you?
Yep.
Okay, so go ahead and roll damage. And what kind of damage is? I'm sorry, is this psychic damage?
Psychic damage.
We're gonna learn how fast it moves in lava.
Gonna learn a lot of things. Okay. So it takes 14 psychic damage.
Okay. And by its full movement away from you, it just disappears down into the magma.
Okay.
It's
Fair enough.
That's,
Well, lovely.
Riot, moving or staying put.
I guess the second experiment of the day will be to see whether this thing has 10-foot reach.
What, the little snake?
Yeah.
It does not.
Now we know 2 things about our enemies. They can be charmed, they can take psychic damage, and they don't have 10 feet reach.
That's
And
3
I can move
things.
freely underneath the map.
they actually don't have any feet.
Feet go in your socks. Okay. I have plenty of fire stakes here. Mahogany, what form are you in at the moment? Fire elemental?
No, I'm in elephant.
So
Or
you-
no, yeah, elephant.
You didn't wild shape as you were coming down?
I said I was gonna do it if I was about to fall in the lava.
Oh, okay. No, there was no danger of that.
Yeah.
Okay, because my fire snakes aren't going to bother to attack a fire elemental. That would just be ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. They could just not attack me.
No, that's not going to happen either. And this one's going to slither in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, let's start with Mahogany. He's my favorite.
Don't.
The Elephant Man. He gets a bite attack and a tail attack. I got an 11 on the bite and a 12 on the tail. Do either of those hit?
No.
No. However, the heat given off by this thing is pretty extreme. Let's move over to Kelian now. Kelian, I got a 9 on the bite attack.
Just misses.
And an 11 on the tail attack.
Just misses.
Nath,
Mm-hmm.
I have a 19 on the bite attack.
Let's go ahead and do shield for 20 AC as a response.
Okay, so the 19 no longer hits.
Yep.
I got this critical 20, though, which will hit on the tail attack.
Yep.
Riot is going to bump that one down.
Okay.
No, don't worry about it.
But don't worry about it.
The ward's at full health. I want to
right.
get some damage into it so I can start healing it.
Okay, non-cypher bonus then, I guess.
All right, so the tail attack does 5 points of bludgeon.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, scratch that. 3 points of bludgeon plus 4 points of fire damage. As this thing whips you with its tail.
And that's all going in the ward.
Okay, that's going to bring us to Mr. Kelian.
I'm gonna shoot the guy in front of me.
Just right there, point blank. Put your crossbow against his face.
This guy you'd have, or you got two guys you could get. Sneak attack against.
Yeah, that's why I said, hold on a minute.
Non-cypher bonus.
Yay. Yeah, I'm gonna shoot the one attacking the elephant.
Okay.
They all acted, so
That's not a sentence that people say very often in D&D.
They were not playing the right parties.
Yeah.
It is a 20.
A 20 will hit, yes. Excuse me.
I always take out 2 die, and I don't know why.
Oh, Kelian, I just realized I'm really sorry I took away your assassination bonus.
No, it's fine. I wasn't gonna get. Whatever.
He can still try to shoot down into the magma. It won't work, but he can try it.
That's one too many.
Some good numbers.
That is 42.
42. Ding.
Awesome.
All right, cunning action, disengage.
Okay.
Hop. Hop. Hop.
Trip.
Stumble awkwardly since there's a rope around him.
Okay.
That's right.
No, we were just holding the rope. So we're not tied together or anything.
Oh, I thought.
Listen, I know you're saying that. I know you think that's a good thing, but I want to be tied.
Okay. So you're tied to Reese then, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Well, Nath was just holding his rope. He didn't tie it to his belt or anything.
Because when Riot goes tumbling over the edge, she wants somebody to be there to catch her.
Okay. I need, as the big man resurfaces, you see his 7 heads come up out of the magma. He doesn't seem to mind the heat at all.
Weird.
Yeah. Weird how that works, right? How about absolutely everybody make me a dexterity saving throw?
Yeah.
But that is something I am theoretically good at.
Yeah.
If I fall in the lava, I've got that held action brick road.
I know.
Oh.
You're probably not going to fall in the lava.
Do we know the DC?
Be very clear.
No, not yet, because this is the first time he's used the thing.
20 for Nath.
DC
I'm
is
debating.
17.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to use a lucky
Yeah, I
token.
fail.
I'm gonna pass that.
Riot passes.
With a worse roll. Yes! Dexterity is my thing.
Not today, apparently.
Let me do some math here.
Riot's gonna do some math here.
Hot.
Yeah, it is hot. So
The
there's
aspiration
heat
hall.
everywhere.
Oh!
42 points of fire damage.
Man, 42 is the number today.
DC was 17. You can cut that in half if you pass the save.
Evasion apply.
Evasion does apply. It was a dex save.
Wonderful. So you take half
Yay.
damage anyway.
Yeah.
I did it.
You're the
As-
boy.
All 7 of this thing's heads open up their mouth and just emit this fireball that joins into this white hot point of light in front of its faces, which streaks out to the center of the platform. The heat and the explosion are terrifying, but what's even more disconcerting is the rocking motion of the platform you're standing on. But nobody's blown backwards into the fire. And it used its full movement to get back to the surface of the lava, so now it's just standing there. That's going to bring us to Mr. Nath.
Let's go ahead and frostbite the big guy. So he makes a fortitude saving throw, DC 18.
Anytime he calls
Con, sorry.
Fortitude.
I was about
That's
to
the second time you've done that.
Third
I do
edition
that pretty much every
Grognard.
time.
Destil, did you hit its Thaco?
You don't hit
Grognarding it
somebody's Thaco. You hit somebody's AC. Thaco isn't... Never mind, you wouldn't get it. 18 on
Fuck
the
you,
con
I wouldn't
save.
get it. Me and Nick both know I would get it.
Grognards. The lot
I
of
have
you.
drawn a
discovered
lot of
that
Thaco
yesterday.
charts in my day on the margins of character sheets. Does an 18 con save do it, Nath?
That is the difficulty.
Okay, so he passes?
Yep.
So, how much
So no
damage?
effect. It's a cantrip, no effect.
Oh, it's a cantrip. Okay.
And Nath will motion for liberation. Liberation, get over here.
I'm only a few steps away from you, but okay.
So, Nath, you're staying put?
Yeah.
Reese has watched 4 of you drop the rope and has seen, since you guys have been standing here, Riot has been fidgeting and double checking it to make sure the knot's still good. Reese readies her action and watches Riot very intently. That's going to bring us to Mahogany.
Alright. I'm going to move slightly away from Reese,
Okay?
and then I'm going to cast Investiture of Flame.
Okay. Does that
An
make-
Eldav original.
An Eldav original.
Yeah.
This is the Mahogany cover version.
Yeah, this is the one where when there's nothing left to burn.
And you can cast that as an elephant?
Oh no, I'm sorry. I missed the first part of my sentence.
Oh, okay.
I do know that I have to shapeshift into Mahogany first
Gotcha.
before casting it.
Is it because like wild shape forms just can't cast spells, or because
Wild
you can't
shaped-
use verbal components?
It's because when you are wild shaped, you cannot cast spells.
Ah, okay.
Theoretically, because I am not currently wild shaped as an elephant, I
Right.
could cast spells. But we decided that since the Genasi form could cast spells, I figured it would be fair if my elephant couldn't.
That was the original intent of the rule,
Yes.
but I didn't think it was that restrictive. I thought the restriction was
I think
most
there
wild
is-
shape forms can't use verbal.
You do
or...
at level like 18 get the ability
Right.
to cast spells.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But it is restrictive because, like, for example, fire elementals can speak. You can speak if you have a language available to you.
Okay. If it's any consolation, you probably won't make it to level 18 in this campaign.
No, I'm gonna get there. It's gonna
So
be
you
great.
cast-
Totally fair.
You just kind of light yourself on fire. What is that? Does that grant you immunity to fire damage?
Oh, it very much doesn't grant me immunity to fire damage.
You cast the spell and it hurts you.
Yeah.
So everybody wants to stay outside of 5 feet of Mahogany because he has this supernaturally hot fire kind of in waves all around him.
Right, which they have no experience with.
Right.
Yeah.
Is this the first time Mahogany has used it? I don't remember now.
No, I cast
Oh.
Investiture of Wind.
Okay.
I haven't used Flame before, but I do have, like, some of the investitures.
So, what you guys are aware of is you right now at this moment you don't know which side Mahogany's on. Moving or staying put?
Well, what else is
Yeah, I turned to the snake in my hand. I'm like, hey, man. Maybe we can talk this one out.
He doesn't look very intent on talking. So moving or staying put?
I'm good here. Because theoretically, I could still get pushed into the lava.
Liberation.
I'm gonna cross up Nath and engage this snake right here.
Okay. Go ahead and roll to hit.
Yep.
How many attacks are you using?
2.
2. Okay. Go ahead and roll them up.
How does a 21 do?
21 will easily hit.
I'm pretty sure an 8 or 10 won't do.
10 won't do it, no.
Yeah. Okay. D8 plus 3.
Is one of Liberation's hands just better than the other one?
I guess.
Like-
I mean,
He's got a great right hook, but he can't find his left to save his life.
Yeah,
like the
exactly.
Cinderella Man.
that's 8 damage right there.
Okay.
For that.
And you
Cold
take
cock him.
2 points of fire damage
Owie.
from the burning intensity of the flame hitting this snake thing. You said 8 points?
Yeah, 8 points of damage.
Okay.
And I'm going to go ahead and key point to dodge.
Key point dodge. Very good. All right. Usually I would not call for the break this early and not halfway through combat, but I have a pretty sore throat. I'm going to need to make a cup of tea. So why don't we take 15 minutes? We'll reconvene at about 4:15 and see if we can get some more damage done on these fire guys. Oh, my goodness. My break screen is all broken. Hold on. I got to...
That's
Next
appropriate.
round, man.
We're gonna
I might
fix it.
cast some spells.
You could just use an OBS scene to put the break scene as its own thing.
I could, but I didn't because I am dumb. So we'll be back in 15 minutes. See you guys at 4:15.